Awaken, wizard. Long have you wandered amongst the stars. While you rested, your deeds have become myth and your powers faded to naught. Ages have come and gone, and Avalon has fallen into ruin. Your ancient foe has risen once more. Mordred's hand reaches ever forth, his hunger endless, his malice without measure. Where his shadow falls, the world withers and cries out in torment. In the darkest night, your light sparks to life. The rift stands open. Avalon calls a champion. Take up your staff and cloak. Go forth and slay Mordred. Honestly, I think a lot of... Yeah, that Mordred guy's like totally obsessed. A lot of the difficulty for me is Rift Wizard 2 and 1 are like baked in here so hard, and this is different. Do 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 do. There you go. Music actually reminds me a little bit of like the Dwarf Fortress music. But Coops did a great job with the soundtrack. So the first thing you're gonna notice, the graphic style, very different. And the real big one here is there are no longer... I do like the new audio design, not quite as arcadey. It's a lot more fantasy-ish. I always thought of Coops as K-Hoops. I think, I haven't heard it ever said out loud, so I've only read it, and I always say Coops, but K-Hoops is probably also a viable way to go about it, right? Yes, it is an information-dense experience, and let me show you where I think a lot of the fear is going to come from new players. So, like, you have your spell list, but your spell list is approachable because you could only work with this, right? Like, I only have one spell point. You naturally are eased into the spell experience. It's a little overwhelming just, like, having all the pages, but only these matter at this particular moment. It's a natural funnel for the player. This is where things get a little bit outrageous, though. Is there are no longer skills, right? Instead, there is equipment. Equipment takes the place of several spells. It takes the place of all of the items in the second game. And it replaces all your skills. So like 3 different things have been merged into this new setup here. And this is overwhelming as hell. This is very overwhelming. There's just so much equipment. And thankfully there is a search feature here, but I think a big thing that is not yet implemented, but I can only assume will be implemented, is we have the filters in the second game for like, show me only something that needs, that only applies to like minion health and so on and so forth, right? But yes, the search button is very handy. Like we could search for minion. And now anything with the word minion will pop up, but it's not quite as focused as I need it to be. Where's the muscle magic? Shockingly, there is a good amount of melee-centric stuff in this game that we'll probably start seeing sooner or later today. And now you've got a never victory completions list. I've done never victory to never learned for all of 2, and now I'm horrified at the thought of 3. Yeah, there's no skills anymore. So I can still get spells. So for your muscle magic, Dragon Claw has no casts, like i.e. you have unlimited casts of it, and it's melee range only. Like you literally just swipe people with your melee attack. There's also a bunch of equipment that is built around like melee range, like stuff about adjacent enemies. So there is a bit of a muscle magic thing going on, just a little bit. What is it, Christmas? What's going on, Blue? Nope, there are 2 upgrades per spell, and there are multiple ways to cheat past 2 upgrades. You can get all the upgrades if you want to. Melee doesn't equal muscle. I mean, how can you do melee with no muscles? I'm gonna take Summon Blade. Oh, Muscle could do melee. It's about the gains. So floor 1, not too bad. Nice and easy. And now we have the... yeah, Summon Blade. I like Summon Blade a lot. I kind of want to try and do a dragon run. For my first run, I think I'm going to be leaning into Metal Conjuration. But I can do a dragon run. There's a lot of dragon support. My blade. Ritual, sorcery, translocation, or dark tomes. Only giant hornets on this floor. So, this is where you start getting into the equipment element here. Good God, I can't wait to play. The demo's out right now. You could play the demo right this second. Yeah, it looks like a magical chalkboard. I like it. Got hella plans for the next few days? Ah, gotcha. So I want minion duration for the most part. So the problem with typing minion duration, and this is where I want to try and like hone in on this menu a little bit. To like, if we're offering up like, how can we improve the game since it's still being worked on? If we type in minion duration, these are all the things that mention minion duration, but I don't want to look at something that summons its own minions that have duration. I just want to look at something that will enhance my minion duration, which is why I want like the little filters from the second game here. Where do I ship the coke? So Ice Collar Staff is only for ice minions, but Arcane minion duration does work for us. And it only requires 4 components, so I'm going to wishlist Runic Hourglass here. We want to find an A, an E, and just anything else. We have C, N, and D. F, N, and DS. No A's, but we got an E here. So I think I'll go here, and then we just have to find an A afterwards. Send it to the harbor. And the next spell I want costs 5. All the components, by the way, have an on-pickup effect. Enemies in line of sight are afflicted by shared pain. And gain a fire damage aura. Go get him, sword buddy. Right, crabs and their 50% damage resistance to physical. Metal. I want Stone Wake. If anyone watched the video I put out, I want to try and fix my builds from that run. Go, my children! All I know is that there's an upgrade for this sword called Bladeworks, and it needs to be renamed to Unlimited Bladeworks. I am adamant we have to change the name. Right? It has like a weirdly retro aesthetic to it. You should be afraid of that. As I said earlier, I find this so much harder than Rift Wizard 2. But a lot of it is muscle memory. Alright, can we find a letter A? I am the boner of my sword. Like, floor 5 typically has a scary thing going on, I've noticed. There's an A. We can get Bouncing Slime Ball, which I do enjoy as a spell. I'm tempted to re-roll, but we might not find the A if I do. And I do want that. Want that A. but I love the new sprites. Breath Stealers look so much more alien now than just kitty cats. Piece of candy. I forgot to set myself up with candy. Here, instead of a piece of candy, I will drink my soda out of a disco ball swirly straw. And we'll get that candy later. When you find an enemy that summons, can you scroll their information? Sure. Yeah. Swirly straw. Alright, your word hints. This is left over from yesterday. No one got it. Your first hint was... this is a card game. And your second hint was... this has to do with steel production. Your third hint is... has to do with things being in a state of change. Go, my children.
You all remember what to do whenever anyone says it.
Aha! There you go. Word to your wizards. Go on, Helio. Yeah, Flux is a lot of fun. Oh. I don't know why that happens every once in a while. Yeah, we want to up our duration as much as possible because we have temporary minions. The swords are temporary, our buddies are temporary, which is why we wanted Runic Hourglass. And we'll take Bouncing Slime Ball, because it's still a conjuration spell. But we want number of targets for that one. The Bouncing Slime Ball is very funny to look at. So we'll take that. Alright. Ooh, next floor has a better letter A for us. Oh, that's even better. Alright, let's consider something, shall we? Equipment. Minion duration. So we want Runic Hourglass. We have all the components for it. The problem is our letter A is attached to 2 other letters. And then we also need the letter E, which is coming from which component? One that also has 3. Because we also want, like, Shepherd Staff here. That requires the letter C, which we don't yet have. Constitutional Raw. Yeah, this is another way to get minion duration. What else do we want here? Monkey Skull. Chaos Serpent Staff. Eye spells. Specific. I think really it's Runic Hourglass and Shepherd Staff for right now. So, before I build this, I might want to get some of these better letters. Like, we need the letter C, which we can get here, along with a better letter A for us. So I think this is the floor for me. Rift Wizard 4 when it goes full 3D. Problem is, this floor doesn't have a lot of, you know, walls. It's a little scary. A beam toward every enemy in your line of sight. They do 16 fire and lightning damage. I can only see a couple of people. But this I want to pick up right away. Or do I want this right away? 23. I think this is what I just want to land on. Just a letter A. And Runic Hourglass, 50% minion duration. That's good. That's good. Can I just click on it? Yes, perfect. So give me my E and every other letter I need, and then my A. And we want to upgrade Stonewake right now. Orb Guardian could be an interesting way to go, but Crystalline Core is very good. We have enough to do it right now. No one here is completely immune to physical damage, just half immune. Alright, yeah, let's make some crystal golems. Especially now that they're gonna last longer. You can make them turn back, yeah, which is helpful because you would kind of run out of walls otherwise, right? The real scary thing is there are no potions. Which means, like, we don't have as many get-out-of-jail solutions. 15 turns remain. That was a big upgrade for our stone. Go get him, boss! Alright, Realm 5. This is the scary floor for me. Let me show you why. That's why. Realm 5 is the first floor where those kind of problems show up. Thankfully, this floor doesn't have one. Ah, the Great Pumpkin. I like the Great Pumpkin is a good one. Here's this vine he summons. Yeah, we should be able to get our next piece of equipment now. Can afford? Can we get the shepherd staff? Yes, we can. So we need that letter C. Boop. And then any other 3 letters. I guess before we craft this, let's consider something else we want. Lash. Chastising lash? No. Galvanic. Galvanic redirection. LM and then question marks. I think I want that. I do think this one is more approachable visually. I do agree. I never had a problem with the first 2, but like, I know there are people that have bounced off of Rift Wizard 1 and 2 here on stream, mostly because of the visuals. This is like way zoomed in. It is, instead of, what was it? It was, I think 16 by 16 was the pixel density. It's like 64 now, or 32. It's huge comparatively. I need... There's definitely something in here that I can give my metal buddies. We want galvanic armor, though. No, we want spark conductor. Lightning damage that would be taken by our buddies to be redirected as a beam. That's pretty good. Leash? I thought there was another spell with a lash. It's definitely from metal stuff. What the hell is it called? North Pole would be good. Galvanic Blade? Is that what I'm thinking of? No. Magnetic Charisma's nice. Oh, Tether! Lightning Tether, that's what I want. So we don't want to use our L. We want to hold on to our L. Alright, in the meanwhile, can we make our Shepherd Blade without sacrificing letter L? Yes, we can. we need an M and anything else. And that'll be a huge upgrade for us. But we've gotten a lot of duration now. Our swords last for 14 turns. Our golems last for 32. So they're not going away for a while. So I just need a letter M. And what we got down there? Translocation, Holy Dragon, Word. Tomes are a lot more powerful too. Like if we look at a tome, it is 50% more charges, not 1 more charge. What's going on, save me? I'm gonna re-roll in the hopes we can find a letter M. There's one. Chain Cyclops is not as bad as some of the other ones. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, this dude is horrifying. He has 1,300 health, really 1,400 health, right? He has a spell to give himself and a bunch of other people protection from Holy and Fire. He does 18 damage, he can burrow, but the scary part, when an ally dies, he will teleport next to the killer, and he gets 1 shield every 3 turns, up to 20. Fuck. Like, goddamn. He's chasing you down. And then this guy, Toro Kalivi, Gore Vent, 7 dark damage and a cone. Every empty tile gets a blood slime. He does a blood burst. Like, oh my goodness. Yes, like the maps are a lot smaller, but that also means that the sprites are 3 times larger. Like if you put this up to Rift Wizard 2, it's not just that the maps are smaller, it's like all of the art was smaller. Like it was a lot easier to lose the wizard in the soup. But this floor has everything I need. And Chain Cyclops is a little scary, but not that bad. More importantly, I can get Supremacy of Stone. And I think I'm going to take Supremacy of Stone. Now that we have huge duration. After the initial burst, every wall in line of sight is also transformed. Do. Oof. Slime ball, go! Boing, boing, boing. Watch it bounce around. Any equipment that increases AoE size. Yes, radius is our stat we're looking for our stone. Radius. Nature spells and skills get oh, that's fire plus 1 radius. Our stone wake is nature though, so blooming wand would do it. The visual are much more clear and readable. Yeah, like, to break it, like a super simple version of this would be, these are like chalkboard illustrations with a lot of personality to them, and I still like Rift Wizard 2's style, the art style, but those were comprised of, you know, a series of little squares. And if you're like trying to quickly, like, just eyes on screen a quick picture, that's a lot harder for the brain to digest very quickly visually. And this, everything pops. Like the silhouettes are a lot more distinguishable here. Where's my... I'm looking for the letter M. I think that's the piece of equipment I need right there. Blah, 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 blah. There was a designer, thank you very much for 1 and 2. But like, when you up the amount of pixels available for the character designing, you could do a lot more visually impressive stuff. It was a lot more limited before. Also, I never bothered to find out what Rift Wizards was written in past, but I can tell you right now, this is Python, because I could see the taskbar has the Pi game icon. Like, I know that icon from when I made Doki Doki no Obama. 5 friendly green mushrooms. You made it to room 5? Yeah, room 5 is the scary floor. How many more turns we got? 10 turns. I want to get my line of sight such that I could see a lot of flooring. Yeah! I knew I was about to lose my first wave. Boo boo doo boo, lightning tether. AFM, LF, and we'll throw an S in there. Yes. I figure, like, if this one's Python, the other ones are probably Python too. Bow, bow, bow. What's going on, 421? Spikeball Factory doesn't break nothing. Now that I got my tether. Lightning, fire, chaos, and dark. Break the game before it breaks you. Yeah, that's the Rift Wizard way. What do I want next? We've given our buddies some lightning damage. We've increased their duration greatly. What else do we want? What can we afford at the moment? Nature spells and skills gain damage. I guess conjuration stuff in general would be good, right? Like increase their damage. They're only doing 8 minion damage. Minion damage. Arcane spells and skills gain 6 minion damage. Arcane staff is great. What's going on, Tom? I think arcane staff is the way to go. We're both arcane creatures, arcane staff. So 2 letter A's, ideally. Reroll. A tavern. And a letter A there. All right, at the tavern, who can we hire? We can hire a ranger. A ranger will be your constant companion. They'll accompany you across the realms and do battle with your foes. Minion health, minion damage, range. He has arrow salvo. He can summon a giant bear. He has a poison arrow. We could hire a giant bear. Oh no, that's the guy he makes. All right. We can hire a necromancer, accompany you across the realms and do battle with your foes. Life drain, cursed blade. When a living unit dies, he raises that unit as a skeleton. Oh. And a witch doctor. Minion health, minion damage, minion range. Did the font kill Tom? Tom, you alright? Can you hear us? Voodoo Binding. Curse 4 random enemies at shared pain. Have a Hex Bolt. Necrosis Poison or Bleed for 10 turns. Huh. Who do we want to hire? A Ranger, a Necromancer, or a Witch Doctor? I look at these letters and my brain shuts off for a second. I mean, it's a fairly normal font, isn't it? I'm trying to remember the font that I think of when I see this Bookman Old Style or whatever it's called. 2000s horror game. My golems are not living. I could have made them, or I can make them living, I should say. We have Return from Dust. Make them crystal. Or, wait, I thought one of them I could make. Oh, wait, no, there's a piece of equipment we could use to make them living. There's a piece of equipment we could use to make them living. Okay. I see what you're getting at. I think we're gonna go with the crystalline core upgrade. But as far as the buddy on the higher floor goes, if we have the Necromancer, when a living unit dies, raise him as a skeleton. Hey. Living. Artificial heart. Construct allies gain the living tag. So that would be a nice reason to go with the Necromancer. Well, I think we'll do this floor, even if we don't have to choose right away, right? Two smaller versions of itself. Like, ghosts are scary, but we have our leash. Our tether. We have our tether. That lets them kill ghosts. Pair of Starfire Chimeras to fight for us. If I start here, I can get my Chimeras right away. And it lets me start moving toward the tavern, too. Go swords. When you're zoomed out, it's hard to read the text. Yeah, go get him, boys. Life Drain. 3 dark damage with a 3-turn cooldown. 3 physical and dark damage and apply necrosis. No cooldown. Really, the Necromancer is if we go Living Heart. It means that we can make a lot of skeletons. I'm not sure if them running out of time will count as dying or not, but even if it doesn't, just them dying is a big upgrade for us. Our skeleton's good. Skeletons will have the HP of the unit. So we'll have 25 health skeletons. And its damage, I think, will be based around... I actually don't know what the skeleton's damage would be. Like, I don't think Necromancer lets us see... Skeleton. Yeah, it's probably going to be whatever our minion's damage is, and we are actively looking to improve summoned minion damage. The ranger, though, the ranger's pretty sweet. Every 5 turns, can do 30 physical damage at good range. He gets to summon a giant bear, has poison arrows. Kinda like this giant bear and ranger combo. But Necromancer has a potential, like, potential synergy we could take advantage of, so let's take the Necromancer. There's our little buddies. And now we have a Necromancer hanging out with us forever. Skeleton sword. Alright, we need another letter A. There's our other letter A. And Jack O'Flames. And Louis the Seer. Yeah, we're planning for synergies. Problem is, this floor doesn't have a lot of walls, but it does have a lot of walls we can see, which is pretty strong. I think I like over here. Don't like the music? Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, I'll bring it down a little bit for you. Greg's Wizard Guitars, Volume 27. I don't know how to balance fire with things. Music isn't loud? Oh, he was lying to me? Alright. We'll split the difference. I lowered it down a little bit. Oh, it's the D major that's doing it? Bringing in the music science. But for me, it sounds a lot like the Dwarf Fortress music, so it's just normal at this point. I've been hearing so much of the Dwarf Fortress music. Alright, Hemogoblin is nearby. I think we're okay on this floor. It would be nice if I can get the letter A I need, though. I might grab this first just so I can make the arcane wand right away. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, arcane staff. Yes, and then the next thing we want is artificial hearts. Artificial hearts. We need a B, an L, and an M. No nature tag in there, just metal, lightning, and blood, which is odd. Not what I expected. There is a learning curve, Ash. There is a learning curve. Like, my first run, I died on floor 6 or 7. Alright, just for you, Mr. Clancy, I'll change the music track. Here you go. 6, 7? Nothing natural there. Alright, we need BLM. BLM. There's an M, there's an L. And there's a B. What I learned is, like, if we're going to a floor and it has the Idol of Resurrection, don't go there. Don't go there. That's what I learned from the run I put up to announce the demo today. Just don't. Just don't. This does not have a lot of walls, though. This makes me nervous. Like, we are built for walls. We do have a better blade now, with 15 minion damage. And it's 6 around for 14 turns. Maybe if we took unlimited blade works, we'll be alright. But I think I want to go for ritual blades first. And then unlimited blade works. Weeb! Let's consider this floor. 23 health, 30 health, no physical resistance. Driders are going to be annoying, but manageable. You know, it's a somewhat alarming floor, but I think it's a manageable floor. Especially if we, like, crank out some swords. And I could put a copper spike ball out. We need martial references. We need that muscle magic. Yeah, let's do it. Don't freeze all of my dudes. Stupid poison. Get him, sword. But also more reference. Alright, copper spike ball. You know what? Just to get more people over there. Oh, the Driders are putting up a fight. We might steal an ice ball sprite as an emote. They are adorable. He's just happy to be here. Ritual blades, and then we'll go for unlimited blade works. We need a bee, and that's it. We just need a bee. There's a bee. Ugh, flaming eyes, though. Maybe I'll re-roll, although I do love the Worm Wizard. Waiting on seasons of pain I don't want to remember. And sometimes you just don't get those seasons. Sometimes they just don't happen. Spell Graph Shrine. Do we have just a medal? Rid of one piece in a week, he's sick. The man's sick. Oh, I don't know about the rest of you, but allergies are just like, I am coming apart. Whew. Arcane. I want to add the arcane tag. Is there an A on this level? God damn it. Adding arcane to this would be great. Alright, so we don't actually need the spellgraph shrine. Oh, we could do it. What can we do to break one of these? Let's put ice on it. Well, we don't have ice. Has to be H, U, D, B, F, L. L, maybe. Yeah, let's just do the lightning staff. We get minion damage. Oh, we're still fighting Mordred. Wrathlings. Crackle Darkener. The ability to add a tag is wacky. One Piece is only 22,449 pages in total. There you go. Nice and easy. We'll worry about it when we get there, right? But either way, like, I want that letter B. And there's plenty of walls here. Annoyingly, I want to grab the B right away, because Artificial Heart would be very strong, but... not at the expense of being next to Cotrizes. Oh my god. Allergies is so bad. Get him, boys! Don't leave the library for a week. There we go. I gotta remember, we're trying to do our blades too. Artificial Heart. Alright. Duplication Shrine. Yes, please. No rerolls from me. Audible is like watching porn for the story. What? We can add the fire tag. We can add the sorcery tag. So before we choose a tag, the idea is we want something that's going to affect our minions, right? Minion health. I don't think we have any chaos. No chaos. It's already conjuration. Ooh, holy. 50% minion duration. Radius. So holy's an option. We don't have ice. Lightning is an option. Minion damage is pretty good. Like, we already have enough duration, I think. Arcane allies. Oh crap. This is just a good idea. We should be getting magic minion shields. I would love something like minions do fire stuff or something. Enchantment. We don't have an E, unfortunately. Going on, Bex? Yeah, get him high-proof rum. Electroplasm. Interesting, we could afflict all of our minions. Okay, when you cast an arcane or nature spell, summon 3 temporary Fae Thorns near the target. I think our Stone Wake would make these all over the place, right? Also, the answer is dark. We want to put dark on there. This looks good. Don't have I. Do I have a B? No, no more B. Minion health, damage. Warlord vestments. Warlord helm. Oh, minion damage. We'll probably grab Warlord helm too. And Marksman's cap. Yeah, you know what? Dark. We're gonna sacrifice a D. I would like to graft Shadow Weave onto Stonewake. Now it's dark. I need a letter A and a letter C. I get the letter C here. Pillar of Bones. Animated armor. Completely immune to lightning, of course. 3 arbiters that disappear after 12 turns. And a bunch of living shields. Ow. I would like to pick up 1 spell point, which I think is around here somewhere. No? Was I crazy? I thought I saw one. Oh well, just start summoning. No, I have bleed rights. Who's this gentleman? Arcane Blacksmith. Oh, he's making his own blades. Get rid of him. Oh, and I did get the spell point. Yes, 3 at a time. The library app. Massachusetts has an incredible interlibrary thing. Whoa. Whoa. I don't know what's happening there. Alright, just the letter A. Minion damage. %, minion duration with number of summons. Number of summons would be pretty fun for our blades. We would be summoning 4 at a time. But 6 more minion damage. Right now, my minion's doing 14, and they're doing 15. That'd be a nice boost. Nice boost for him. I don't think duration's that big of a deal for us right now. So let's duplicate Arcane Staff. And now we just want a letter A. And there's a letter A. Concussive Idol. Concussive Idol. Oh, Dawnheart, though. Three books you like in different genres. I'll go with In Search of Character, City of Saints and Madmen, and Tahar. Those 3. Holy Breath. 3 turn cooldown. Heals allies. Does 17 physical damage. Not immune to lightning, thankfully. These are werewolves. Void Rifts is just going to be making... Gross. Alright, from here, I can Stonewake. And Stonewake a second time. And then we'll start summoning blades. Why am I your favorite? Because you asked that question. A Durgan! I viewed a Twitch support article and it just auto-logged me out of Twitch. Was it about how that's a bad design for a support article? Very meta of it. Did I get stunned? Stupid concussive idol. One of those 3 books available from your local library is an audiobook. Is it City of Saints and Madmen? Oh, the Har. I guess because it's a newer book. In Search a Character wouldn't work as an audiobook. That is a... Well, it's a mix of things, but it is also in parts like an instructional, kind of like educational book on character design. I figured we were still talking about audiobooks, so I probably shouldn't have chosen that one. But I consciously didn't mention one of my favorite books because it will never work as an audiobook. And that, of course, is, where is it? Where is it on the shelf? It's somewhere up there. House of Leaves. House of Leaves is amazing. But I don't think you could do that one as an audiobook. Alright, what's your threat radius? I want to be just outside of it. What would make an audiobook impossible? So, House of Leaves. In order to read House of Leaves, you need to constantly be switching from... So, let me get this out of the way. First off, House of Leaves has multiple text colors, so, like, it is important if text is green or text is red. There are chunks of the book that you have to physically manipulate the book in order to read. So, like, it'll spiral around the page, or it'll jump between sections of the pages you're on. So, like, it's physically interactive, and I don't know how you would describe that in an audiobook situation. Because, like, the act of doing it is important to the narrative. It's not just a stylistic choice. And then, there's also the aspect that while you're reading it, there is a story you're reading. There are notes about the story you're reading from another character who is also reading the story you're reading. And you need to be checking footnotes and going to the index as well, because the footnotes and the index are also important to the story. Like, it is the only book I could think of that the fact it is a book is part of the experience. Like, it's one of those things where when people are like, oh, you can't adapt blank into a movie. It's like, you cannot. You cannot adapt House of Leaves into a movie. But you could adapt a part of House of Leaves into a movie. Like I said, there's a story in the story, and that story in the story I've always wanted a movie of. Like, The Back Rooms is heavily inspired by that story in the story of House of Leaves. Liminal spaces that go on forever. So I'm very excited for The Back Rooms because that's the closest I'll get to a House of Leaves experience. Yeah, House of Leaves is one of my, like, instant recommends for people when they're like, what kind of book should I read? It's like, read House of Leaves. It's an experience. They did a movie. I saw that one too. Mark Z. Danielewski? Yes. I think through creative adaptation, you can make a video game out of it, yeah. Dying. I'm okay on my, like, number of casts. Horror, boo! It's not, like... Yes, it's horror, but it's not horror in the sense of, like, no one's stabbing anybody. It's a horror in the sense of the unknown and extra-dimensional space and stories being told. Yeah, psychological thriller is probably more apt than horror. But I like horror a lot, like... I read and enjoy a lot of horror. Faye Thorn, I'm curious to see how this performs. I'm curious with the back rooms coming out, like, will House of Leaves be harder to rent for a little while from the bookstore? From the library? ACNN CTO. Like, I have a C. Problem is this A. Can I find a better A? That AW would work. I went to get Project Hail Mary after seeing the movie. 600-person waitlist. Yeah. That happens. Like, movie adaptations make people want to read source material. And, like, the back rooms, the source material is Vault of Tempest. Ooh, special room. The source material, of course, is a YouTube series, but like, I think, I don't know for sure, but I've always thought it was inspired by House of Leaves to some degree. What's going on, AP Game Nut? Defeat all enemies, unlock all spawners. An ancient spire ringed by ever-watchful guardians. So yeah, there are special floors in Rift Wizard 3 called vaults, and this right here is a vault. I don't know what the vault is going to look like. I don't know if we have a particularly strong enough build for it, but, you know, we're on Realm 11 and we're not in too much trouble. We might want to go for the vault. I think I'm just going to go for it, even though we're wasting a lot of components by crafting this. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I want to smell the paper. Lurk away, Game Nut, lurk away. Yeah, interlibrary loans are very handy around here. I heal when something living dies. I added dark to this. Philosopher's Stone's pretty nice. Like, if we could just throw the various tags that we're using, we could never run out of casts. Maybe. I like the tag-specific crafting. That's very neat. Like, Artificer's Rod here. We put all the tags that are associated with our spells into it, and once all the tag requirements are satisfied, each of the components used to craft it activate on pickup. So, like, if we have neat on pickup effects, we can trigger them repeatedly. We don't currently have anything too exciting, though. Crown of Bony Fingers ain't a bad idea, is it? We have skeletons thanks to our necromancer. And spark conductor's pretty good. I think I do want to make spark conductor. At the end of your turn, if at least 10 creatures have died since the last toll, the bell tolls, dealing 10 dark and holy damage to enemies within 4 tiles. The bell tolls. Maybe we'll take a lightning spell and purposely just target our dudes with it. I think that could be fun. Yeah. So where is it? Where was galvanic focus or armor? Hemlock needle, spark conductor right here. Okay. They're also doing their own lightning. I wonder if they hit each other with it. I can still do the crown of bony fingers too, which again, kind of a fun idea. Spells, lightning. I think chain lightning would be fun. What's going on, name? Not a lot of charges, though. But, again, we'll have a very strong setup for it. Awaken! Awaken one more time. Alright, moment of truth. I'm very curious. Oh, and these guys are doing lightning damage? They're immune to it, but again, we redirect lightning now. Let's see what happens if we throw some chain lightning out there. Oh, does it not chain because it just automatically gets converted? Damage they would take. Psychic Sealing. We can do a Psychic Sealing run. I'm gonna start channeling swords. Alas, as we can see, because Stonewake doesn't have a target, we didn't actually get our little thorns. But hey. Learning. Learning is important. Yeah. All right. Watcher Stone. Oh god, Adamiki. Oh, good god. I can't do this floor. It's a lot of stones. I mean, the problem is how many lightning beams are going to be hitting me. Because I have to turn everything into watchers. Oh, I never upgraded them. Adjacent walls are transformed into crystal golems. Yeah, blindness would help. Let's see here. Like, this guy flies and is over a pit. That's my real concern. That and the fact that, when a unit takes lightning damage, create a storm cloud near them. That's gonna be storm clouds everywhere. And if any storm clouds are in line of sight of an ally's death, one of them shoots out a 7 lightning strike to the closest enemy in sight. We'll be obliterated. Like, even with blindness, the storm clouds are gonna just wreck us, because they're gonna be made every other turn. That is a neat floor! And we got a lot of Watcher Stones, which are cool. We can craft some fun stuff because of it, but I don't think we could survive the floor. I wonder if we re-roll. Let's look ahead a little bit first. Bill's not broken enough. Like, if I didn't just spend those spell points, what I could have done was Lightning Form. Lightning Form would have made it possible. Immunity to lightning and physical damage would have kept us alive for that. We could have grabbed that and lightning bolts. That could have let us move around. So, like, there's a hard counter for this floor. I don't think anything on the floor could do anything other than lightning or physical damage. Lightning damage, lightning damage, lightning damage, lightning damage, lightning damage, lightning damage, physical damage. So yeah, lightning form, you're untouchable. Untouchable if you take a lightning form. Also, I don't think there's spell points on the floor, or if they are, they're underneath the enemies. Now that these guys are nature and living. Living. Enemies adjacent to your living allies are poisoned. When a living or slime ally damages an enemy, they gain 2 HP. Yeah, also not a lot of walls there, right? We could put Venom Spit. When you manually cast a nature spell, your nature and living allies take an extra turn. Horn of the Wild Hunt. Staff of Heaven's Vengeance. Oh my god. Alright, we have a couple of good options here. Horn of the Wild Hunt we already have some components for. But Heaven's Vengeance is pretty great too. He might be around later, you never know. Alright, we need ends. Alright, I'm curious to see if we re-roll, it just becomes a normal floor. I imagine he is quite busy today. A letter N with a ruby heart. This is probably enough walls, especially with the line of sight being how it is. Yeah. Yeah. Get my buddies in there. You know, the crystal upgrade doesn't pair very well with our walls and line of sight upgrade, because it's only ones adjacent to tiles I target. So I got the one crystal here. Thank you for gifting that sub, anonymous gifter. I'm sure Opportunity will appreciate that. What are you buffing down there, you little jerk? Invigorate. Don't care for that. Just make plenty of swords. Alright, the big boy will be taken care of quite fast. I like the look of the stalker. Alright, I got blade rights going. A few more buds. Yeah. Boop-a-boop-boop. Dissolution Shrine. Apparently forget a spell and its upgrade. Spawn random components nearby that share its tags. More powerful spells yield more components. Like, I could forget Bouncing Slime Ball. We haven't really used it. What about the upgrades? When it hits, it does twice as much damage, pushing them back. Bounce to friendly slimes. Gains duration. Number of targets goes up. Affected units are stunned. Chain lightning can arc to blizzards, rain clouds, and storm clouds. Can arc to friendly targets. Friendly targets gain shields. Or we forget chain lightning. What am I looking for? Looking for a letter N. And letter H's are also kind of desirable. Reroll. There's letter H. There's a letter N. I think we're going for this. Oh, look at those walls. The Bark Lord. Not a lot of good spaces for me to hang out, though. A little moon lizard with his little hat. Really crowd the stage here. Orb still can make some walls. Oh. Well, I think we've handily done this one. Concussive Idol just has a lot of health. You know what? Bony Finger casts your Death Touch. We could take the Final Touch upgrade.
Hello there.
It's just very expensive. What's going on, Shufu? I would just make the rest of the walls into golems. Yeah, happy Pride Month. I like the new fonts. The map seems smaller. It is a much more intimate arena. Rift Wizard 3 is much more honed in. It's not nearly as large of a battlefield. also like, they puts a little, like, smiley face next to things that work for you, which makes it very easy to know who's on whose team. Used to be there was like a little dot. Now it's like, oh, a person face. Very easy. Yeah. I typically do not care for crafting, but because of the way the game is structured, it's less like the bad kind of crafting I don't like, and more akin to having like a shopping list that you're looking for. I think there's a bit of like an overwhelming choice paralysis associated with it a little bit. Because when you first click this button, it's just like, oh my god, there's so much. Going on with Creedmoor? What's different? Art style, music, size of the maps, the fact that there are no skills, and instead you build equipment in Forbidden Tomes out of components that you find along the way that all have on pickup effects. So like you could play this game in a sense where you focus on the immediacy of the pickup effects, or you could play with more of a, I want to build X, Y, and Z. Like how I'm going right now, where I'm always focusing on the next builds. Like the Horn of Wild Hunt. Which means I think I just want to take, like, a nature spell. Oh, I can do this better. Get the ends we need first. And then the E's we need. Now, we're only wasting one letter S. Going on, Tagi. And the next thing I want is Holy Vengeance, right? Heaven's Vengeance. When one of your living allies takes damage from an enemy, deal 7 holy damage to them. Let's start working on that. We need 2 more letter H's. No letter H's. Dang. Alright, no letter H's for us. Dracon-tooth, Frozen Heartwood. Idol of Undeath. This is garbage, and I hate this guy. No, wait, no, this one's fine. This one's fine. This is not the Idol of Rebirth. This one just makes skeletons. Totally manageable. Idol of Fiery Vengeance. 2 different dragons, Starclaw and Gloomwing here. Anger Confusion. Didn't you conclude that you don't actually get many crystal golems when you cast it? Yeah. But we don't need the crystal golems. We want the living golems, which we have because all of our golems count as living. Thanks to our artificial heart. Each letter stands for something, yes. So the problem with our double upgrades we have here is Supremacy of Stone is line of sight, and Crystalline Core is specifically going for adjacent walls are transformed. So the adjacent walls mean we're not getting a lot of crystal golems. We could aim for getting more by just positioning a little bit more. Is that Fujin? I didn't know Fujin was on the floor. Where's his buddy? Alright, we have Gloomwing. Torrent of Bats. Torrent of Bats is just a lot of skeletons for us. Starclaw. 34 arcane damage, 3 turn cooldown, melts walls. Arcane warding, siphon shields. Oh, I'm doing spells. Whoops, equipment. Magic minion shields. We need a letter C. I think I want this first. We got a letter A? Sorry, a letter C? Routers and printers. Idol of Undeath, Fiery Vengeance. This is a bad floor for us. So I think this one's largely fine. And this one's a little scary just from all of the dragons. Like, how much health do our golems have? 25. Like, they'll get blown away. I think we'll do this one. The wish list only holds 1. I do think it should be made to hold like 3 or 4, I think. That's my pitch. You gonna recommend librarian? Wide beam, 80 fire damage, goddamn. $16 fire damage to everyone within 7 tiles. Woof. This might be a better floor for me just because it's not terrifying. Like, Dragon Mage is a little rough for us. Mine Maggot Queens. Everything else here is much more possible. Everything is crab. Everything's crab is really good. 84 damage, does 13 damage locally, 6 fire damage to everyone within 5 tiles. How quickly can you guys go down? Can we handle this one? These are way less scary than the lava dog. And we'll have plenty of minions. Draco Liches are fine. Shockingly, I think we're going here. Cast Wheel of Death between 2 and 12 times. Oh, wait a minute. Right. Poison Sting. What about Invoke Savagery? I think Invoke Savagery has a lot of potential here. Permanently poisons the target. Your living allies. When your allies kill a unit, cast Invoke Savagery. Let's take an Invoke Savagery. I'm also going to take Poison Sting. Let's take Permanently Poison if we hit someone with it. That looks like an excellent chain lightning opportunity right there. But instead, invoke savagery. Poison sting. That's the witches stealing health, right? Welcome back, Fudfish. We're on realm 15. Better start making swords. Oh, that damage. Come on, team. I just want to get through. Two. One. And I'm done channeling. The witch has got to go, man. Heal? No, not spells. Equipment. Oh god, I might want to grab Riftbreaker right quick. One rift, two rift. I don't know where the third rift is. I don't think it's close enough. When a demon or living unit dies, heal 2. Riftbreaker. I really want to craft Riftbreaker. Maybe we see if we can survive a trip first. Life Siphon 10. 4 turn cooldown. That gives me a few turns to make it there. We have to make it here. Not Underworld Passage. I think it's Blink. One. Come on. 2. Three. Opportunity, what's going on? Oh. Okay. I have a lot of my undead and these bastards. We can craft nothing else. If I can grab this, that would help a little bit. Five friendly green mushrooms. Oh, there was a rift much closer to me. I just couldn't see it earlier. They're so healthy. They're very chunky. Chill wind. Oh, it's gotten twice as far at this rate. $25 health left on you. $188 health. Let's get next to our emergency rift. Start flooding the stage with swords. We're out of golems because we're out of walls. Alright, we got blade rights. Are you poisoned? You should be. Alright. Oh, there's only one witch left. This dragon's almost dead. Make more swords. Alright, one dragon down. Channel for 2 more turns. And then we poison you. You're out of range. I guess we'll poison Fenrir first. Alright, no more witches. Whew. Oh, we're okay. How you doing, Opportunity? Congratulations on getting the demo up. Oh boy. Yeah, not having potions is the scary part. Yeah, the Discord blew up, right? Ossuary Spider. Necrosis for 50 turns. Oh, 50 turns. We only have the one exit, which I think we still only have one if we re-roll. Three turns of poison when they take physical damage. Ooh, Void Spike Stone actually works quite well right now. I would love to get shielded minions first, though. So I only have my one letter A, right? Yeah. But that works now, so I think we'll probably take it. This would be nice for me. Manually cast the same sorcery spell. Arcane Combustion Powder. Oh, of course. There it is. Plague Doctor Staff. Immune to Necrosis. Like, if we don't want to re-roll, this is one option. We can also make our minions regenerate. Alright, do we want to craft a Void Spike Stone, maybe? And do we want to re-roll? Because this is a scary floor. Let's look at it for 1 second. It has walls, which is the first reason to not re-roll. It crashes on Steam Deck. Your word hint is, this is used to make steel. Right, Steak? I like it a lot too. Coops, or possibly K-Hoops, depending on how it's pronounced, did a great job with the art. The other hints where it's also a card game, by the way. You know what? It's a dangerous thing to do, but let's re-roll. We got another letter A.
Interesting. You always remember what to do whenever anyone says a secret word, right?
That's right! Scream real loud! Oh, astral phylactery, huh? Keep playing with your new septum piercing. Like, I have no choice. We're going to this floor. It's just a matter of where do we want to start. It'd be great to pick up these items. But we do have Blink, so, like, we don't have to be beholden to any particular location. So if we start, like, over here, we have the benefit of 22 dark damage. Damn. Yeah, if I start here, I could make some crystal golems. And since we're getting a letter A here, let's quickly craft, should have done it first, the spike stone. DS, NZ, FA. Few extra stone, boys. And then we summon the swords. It's a lot of fairies everywhere. Oh, I'm feared. He broke my channeling. Yeah, you think you're so funny? Give all of my golems a spare turn here. And then poison this, he's already poisoned. Forever. Take another turn, golems. Alright, maybe, hopefully, we're no longer in range of anyone fearing me, so... Make swords! Still channeling, baby. You're doing good work out there, Necromancer. It's a summon fight. Walls of fairies versus walls of living stone and living swords. Two. Just gonna channel for 2 more turns. One. And there we go. All right, we have blade rights for a little while. What's going on, Deepses? Current opinion of the game? I really like it. New art style pops. It's much more readable immediately without, like, any kind of learning curve for getting, like, a feel for what you're looking for. The new learning curve is equipment. I feel like new players and returning people from 2, even, like me, the new learning curve is going to be runs will be slow as we learn all the different pieces of equipment, and then once we kind of have them in there, it'll be like how it was with skills. Like, we know what we're looking for depending on what's going on. The search bar is growing on me. The search bar definitely helps a lot. Let's go for as many spawners as we could hit in one go. Make a few more friends. And then we'll invoke some savagery. Yeah, it's like having Armchair Wizard built in. It's nice. Alright, I feel like we need to focus on bottom center here. And if there's an emergency, there's a rift right here. How healthy are you, buddy? Quite healthy. Just dump a bunch of swords over there. More swords. My runs were 20 to 30 minutes before trying to read all the relevant equipment pieces and enemy stats. Yeah. Like, I started doing that, and I think at this point I'm kind of adjusting to just what do I have an idea for? Just do the search bar. Like, just search, right? I want shielding my minions with magic minion shield, of course, but I'm starting to also think suspend mortality would obviously have a home right now. But I want that savage leap on my invoked savagery. Actually, I think I want, if it kills a minion, autocast. That'd be even better. They're very healthy spiders, man. Look at all of you resistant to poison. Just you, really. Every time I cast Poison Sting, we do give all of our swords and our golems an extra turn. Maybe we go for, like, Wound Rot Amulet and Helm of Hexes, and then the thing that I don't remember the name of, but was like a Hexmaster. That would just cause a lot of status effects and a lot of damage over time. Haha. Before the Steam version, it was individual builds sent to me by Opportunity. And then the Steam version happened just when my life got turned upside down, so I just haven't had time. Boop. These mirrors, I want them out of the picture. Also, it'd be great if the Grand Warlock could be dead now. Like, if I could tell my swords to please focus on mirrors. Come on, guys. Just dump more swords over there. The statue, once it's dead, it'll be very handy. We won't have to worry about things healing anymore. Oh, thank God. Except I'm watching you heal over there. It's because he's surrounded by fairies. How I hate you. But it's not nearly as bad. It's not everywhere. It's functionally everywhere. But let's just try and look at the bright side. Yeah, Magnetic Charisma. It's a good one. It's a good one. I might want it just for the horrifying statues. Oh my God, fairies. They're slowing everything down. All right, we're in the thick of it now. Make a few more golems, I guess. All right. We're almost through. Gotta break through their lines. I wonder if there's a, like, there could be a piece of equipment called Mark Target, or like a new spell called Mark Target. I would love something for when you're doing conjuration runs like this, where it's just like, that guy right there, kill him! Ignore everyone around you and just focus on that jackass. This necromancer was such a good investment, and then investing into turning all of our constructs to life. Alright, the tipping point came. Yes, something I'm considering is suspend mortality, and then we just blow up all of our people. Alright, we're down to just one fairy queen. Didn't have to destroy any exits. Oh. Can I get a letter C, please? Double H's. I hate these guys, though. And this dog is still very scary to me. 80 fire damage in a beam. Destroy exits. Ah, Rift Breaker. Have you gotten use out of it? Yes. A floor that would have been a losing floor because of, there were 5 Angrabodas. So I was losing like 50 health every 4 turns. That was a rough one. So, Rift Breaker getting me 20 shields and a full heal let me eke out the time I needed to get through that. $50 physical damage. This dude does 150 damage with 15 turns of hemorrhage. If I'm reading that attack right. Goes through walls. No, thank you. Dragon Tongue Tablet, Shielding Shard, Cursed Dice. I want to see. I want to let her see. Reroll. No C. No C. 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 Idol of Vampirism again, you bastard. Not a lot of walls. And he's back. Completely immune to dark damage. Weak to holy. I don't know about that letter C. Stormcrest. A much more manageable friend. Steel spiders. Ooh. I have to pee. Alright, PRB. Do. With 6 spell points. Damn it, I forgot to get candy. I have Oreos within reach, I guess. Just do an Oreo. Maybe it's time we start supporting our units a little bit better. Like, I have 2 copies of Arcane Staff, right? And we do have Blink. Take Magic Missile. Which is doing 23 damage. And then we upgrade Magic Missile. That Ricochet. These are your standard, normal... Sorry, they're actually double stuffed. They're double stuffed Oreos. Now I want to get Disperse. And I want to get, Violent Warp. Alright. I'm not gonna worry about that letter C, because that floor is a no-no. That's a no-no floor. Either of the... Oh, not that floor. It has no walls. There's a limit of 10 spells. Oh my god. I haven't actually looked at the how to play. Does it mention limit of 10 spells? Cast or select spells 1 through 10. Might want to have an explicit, like, you can only have 10 spells note somewhere in there. What are your thoughts on maybe having a tutorial? Like, it could just be an option on the front menu, like... tutorial, and it's just a guided run on, like, the first couple of floors. First line of last page of how to play. Oh, on the last page. Up to 10 spells and 2 upgrades for each can be purchased with SP. Any number of equipments can be crafted using the components you find. Ah, I see. Dylan is anti-tutorial. Interesting. Interesting. I could respect being anti-tutorial, but I also like the idea of trying to, like accessibility and, like, allowing the barrier of entry to be lowered for new players is always something that I like. Arcane and lightning resistant, of course he would show up. Just as I pick up Violent Warp. Not Violent Warp, Ricochet. But I think this is the floor for me. Lord knows I don't want to deal with the Molten Devour. Do. Most of the spawners are up here, so I will start up here. Invoke Savagery early. Thankfully, lightning is good for us, thanks to our galvanic spark conductor thing. Yes, I think this game is harder. But I think that hardness is more... You need to pay a little bit more attention for the first so many floors. Realm 5 is a scary floor all of a sudden. Alright, most problems were dealt with thanks to Invoke Savagery. Magic Missile! All right. And just start sending blades out. Oh, never mind. Letter H is one letter we want. What's Lost Ring do? Adjacent enemies are berserked. Bookshelf. Huh, maybe we go for our Heavenly Vengeance. I 3 H's for it, damn. What can we make right now? Philosopher's Stone, multicolored Rage Rod. All spells and equipment gain 50% number of targets. I mean, that's good for our bouncy ball. It'd be good for our magic missile. Yes, I like that you can craft things where the components themselves are a part. Like, there's stuff that just interacts straight up with your equipment. It's very nice. What's going on, Martin? Mask of Woe. Max Channel. Silken Sandals. Heaven's Assault. Heavenly Blast on Demon and Undead in line of sight. Mercury Eyes on melee attackers. Part of me wants to just go with North Pole, but dark spells and equipment gain 3 range. When you cast a dark spell targeting an enemy, send out a destructive beam. I mean, we don't actually have any dark outside of our Stone Wake, and we grafted that on there. Problem is we're not targeting anything with our Stone Wake. That's why we're not getting anything out of our Fey Thorn Staff. So far, we've learned that Fey Thorn Staff requires a target proper, which, you know, it does mention target, so we kind of assumed. But the big thing we learned is if we take Supremacy of Stone, we don't want Crystalline Core. We should have gone with Return from Dust. That way we could just always have walls. So lesson learned for the future there. I mean, Soul Mail's not bad. We'll always have shields. Why do I have 15 shields right now? Oh, I probably picked up an item. Oh, Razor Eye. Razor Eye's not bad. Like, it's good, but it's not amazing, right? 2 dark damage to 15 random enemies currently afflicted with sleep. 6 dark damage to 5 random enemies. Flagellant's Cup. Half the damage you deal with eye spells is dark damage. Eye Rock Pendant. See, the third game here makes it so doing an all eye run is no longer like, oh, I hope I find. It's just build what you need. Arcane Combustion, Voodoo Doll, Umbral Token. Yeah, like it's just a matter of finding the components, which is a lot easier than finding the object you're looking for, right? Eye Helm, Enchantment Dark, Chastising Lash. Alright. Nothing I want to craft right now. And no letter C present. Damn it. Still no letter C's. That's a lot of pieces here, though. What the fuck? No! Sweet God! "75 different winter breakers, 97 ossuary spiders, idol of frailty, a moth god." I still can't take screenshots in Steam. Does the Steam overlay work? No. Weird. So, definitely not going there. There's a pillar of worms in here somewhere? Oh my god. Didn't even notice him. Idol invincibility. Skull Sentry. Man, the furnace looks so much cooler now. The Flesh Colossus. Yeah, the boss art's very good. I need an E and an M. There's an M. YM. Of course, this is the floor that has both parts I want. All of these floors are scary in their own horrible, horrible way. Friendly Watcher. Energy Knights. Horrible Eyeballs. Trying to get my shields, my minion shields is taking some time. I think this is the floor I want to do, though. Well, I keep my 15 shields on arrival. Damn it! Invoke Savagery. Gold borders. So these are the spawners. It's like a magic mirror where you can see the enemy that's going to come out of it inside. Are these guys shooting lightning? I wasn't even paying attention. Invoke a little bit more savagery. You know what? I want these walls on my team first. And then we invoke savagery. And a little poison. Not that it's going to do it, just to give myself that extra turn for all my minions. Stone. God, just put swords over there. I can't reach that one spawner. There we go. And I would love to get rid of this idol. Loving the lightning damage that's happening. Alright, that's me done channeling. Get a little closer. There we go. Go get him, boys! I hope we get a shrine that lets me forget a spell. That would be very handy right about now. Yeah, I love the enemy spawners in this one. Like, I've complained about it before, but in 2, if you're on a level that's predominantly gray, and there's a gray spawner, I can't see it. Like, I sometimes just do not notice them. This one, like, they're magic mirrors. They pop. They're super easy to identify immediately. Letter C? Letter C? Letter C? Why letter C? Shrine of Reformation. Apparently remove a spell or piece of equipment. Spells refund SP. Equipment refunds components. Reusable. Oh! 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 That's what I was looking for! Oh! 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 And Dawnheart, not someone I'm afraid of. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, bruh. Bruh. Oh, bruh. I would like to forget Bouncing Slime Ball. Right, the button changed. It's period now, it used to be I. Forget Chill Winds. You can switch it back to I if you like, of course. Oh, black hole. Yeah, I is the, to put it in terms of Caves of Cud, that is, show me enemies and allies, like distinguish. Enemies in line of sight of the target are teleported as close as they can be toward it. I love this one so much. 300 physical damage to the unit at the target tile after units have been teleported. Gains 2 radius, gains 3 duration. Enemies within 2 tiles of the target are frozen. Yes. 10 range, no line of sight required. Black hole first casts earthquake centered on the target before teleporting. Alright, black hole's awesome. We definitely have to do some black hole shenanigans. But for right this moment, just because we're so in arcane land for our investment, I'm gonna take Disperse. Violent Warp. The freeze interaction sounds like it would be great with one of the new spells. Prismatic Beam. If the beam encounters a frozen unit, it refracts, shooting up to 4 more beams, which shoot from that unit toward enemies in line of sight. A beam created by refraction can create 1 fewer beams. So, like, you can hit everything frozen and hit a bunch of enemies that way. This sounds great. Does holy damage as well. Alright, so we have Violent Warp, on our disperse. We could still upgrade magic missile again. I feel like far sending is the way to go here. Or maybe protective warp. I mean, we are trying to shield some of our people. But for ricochet, sorry, for our magic missile, if it's an arcane unit, it deals dark and holy instead. Wait a minute, ricochet and arcane crossfire? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah. Shabra. Awaken! Arcane allies. I don't know if you realize, I don't think I have any minions that aren't arcane outside of the skeletons that are happening. My golems... Ah, crap, they're construct metallic living. The spell itself is arcane. My blades, though, I think are arcane minions. Yes, they are. And my Faith Thorns as well. Invoke some savagery. Invoke a little bit more savagery. That's a large dragon, you're not wrong. Let's summon a bunch of swords. This one problem character here, we need to deal with them sooner rather than later. Once I'm done channeling, I will have so many magic missiles flying around, though. You have so many minions! Yeah, I do! You're poisoned, right? Yes, you are. So sucking all that health won't help you. Alright, one more turn of channeling and then disperse happens. Pew 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 pew. Beep, 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 beep. Alright, she's dead. Who's that? A siren. 2-turn cooldown. Pull living enemies up to 3 tiles toward the caster and berserk them with a love bite. A love bite. Dominates living non-player enemies, removing berserk. Oh, she could be turning things into their allies. Tricky, tricky. Let's try and, invoke a little savagery here. Damn it, they're all berserked. There we go, we'll just shoot them with magic missiles. What's blink now? 6? So Dissolution, I think, would be a good grab for Blink now, right? We can do Dissolution and Thunder Blink. Make it the ultimate blink around spell. Alright, I'm no longer at the mercy of, like, all of my summons. I can now help out. Nice. Alright. I think I'll forget Chain Lightning as well. Like, we want Summon Blade, we want Stonewake, Invoke Savagery, and Poison Sting. Poison Sting is really just here as an activator. 24 activations of giving my minions extra turns, right? Oh yeah, you can't forget we have Horn of the Wild Hunt. When you manually cast a nature spell, your nature and living allies take an extra turn. So every time I cast that, all of my stuff gets to go, and then the turn happens proper. So like, this is very strong with 24 casts. That's all it has to do. That's its job, is just existing. Looking pretty good. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this one. More nature allies. Potentially, now that we have space for it, we could also get, you know, suspend mortality and make it so if our golems die, we get a skeleton and they reincarnate. Could forget Stonewake. Yeah, just throw that one away, right? Hold on. Is that an option? No. No. Chain Lightning's not in the list anymore. It's forgotten forever. It would be neat if we could relearn it, but we're responsible for that, I think. Remember in Rift Wizard 2, we found a shrine that lets you forget spells, and we just used all the casts of a spell, forgot it, relearned it, upgraded it, used all the casts of it. We abused that one hard enough that I think that's why we don't get that anymore. Bafflement Demon. If we go here, we'll have the H's we need. We don't find the letter C, though. Let's take a look at some of the new bosses here. We've got Yal Daboweth. Fun fact, my first time playing Rift Wizard 3, I made it to floor 20. This is who killed me. That's like in a very earlier build. I was very confident. I was like, oh, nothing can hurt me. I had built around like having the slime armors, so like as long as the slime existed, I couldn't die. Unfortunately, this guy, he solved that problem. Somewhere in my hard drive, I have that run recorded, I think. But what about this? Ooh, he's even more big. Yeah, these are the 5x5 bosses. Bafflement Demon King. Empty the depths. Summon ferocious fiends from every plane of hell. 3-turn cooldown. Unoccupied floors become chasms. Unoccupied chasms become walls. Walls become floors. His health is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inversion. Inversion may make this the place we want to be. Mordred 2, he takes up the whole screen. Has anyone told Chris about Moon Sigil something? Card game. I don't know if I've heard of that one. Good old Baffers. Yeah, like, I'm kind of with you, Silo, like, if he's going to turn chasms into walls. Place you want to. Yeah, the golden skulls are a problem. What happens if I destroy the only the only rift on the level? All right, so it's all Reapers and Golden Skulls. Look at this guy, he's so cool! It's a death chiller wearing goddamn sunglasses. Death Chill Chimera. And of course, he has his horrible ability, I bet, right? If the target dies, wandering effect inflicts 3 ice. Oh, wait. Maybe not? I don't have to worry about him like we used to. Did I just re-roll? My hand wasn't even on the keyboard. How did I re-roll? Winterbringer. We still have Bafflement. Ophan looking extra rings upon rings and eyes upon eyes. Still has Ophan Blast. 3-turn cooldown. Summon Fallen Angels. Teleport. Redirect all damage to allies. Reincarnates when killed. Gain shield every turn. Ophan's like the ringleader? Oh. Oh. This Ophan's not as bad. I remind you, Ophan originally would summon immortal creatures. So like you can get immortal shamblers, and then the run was just forever. Like there was no leaving that run. This Ophan's pretty tough against minion spam. It doesn't redirect his damage to my allies, right? To his allies. Do, 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 do. Mm-mm. His Ophan Blast hits in a 3-tile radius centered on each of his allies. Oh god. On each of my allies. Oh god. Woo. Yeah, that's a bad one. I didn't consider that. Corrupts reality around each enemy in line of sight. Wow. Alright, maybe we'll do Bafflement. Although, Idol of Invincibility. Two turn. Allies gain 1 shield. Every 2 turns, gain shields. I love feeling so frustrated I crystal. Happens to the best of us. If we take... We can make Ring of Magnetic Charisma. We can grab that and have shields on my boys. Problem is we have to spawn somewhere where we're close enough that, like, we're equidistant from a spawner. No, we're close to this. I would have to spawn here to make it happen. But that would be pretty sweet. It has 100 shields. I think this is a bad floor because of Ophan's ability. But at the same time, I think this might not be that bad if we have shields. 12 dark and holy damage. Gold skulls are not constructs, they're undead, thankfully. So if I spawn here, I'm in between two buddies, but I'm one tile away from this, so that has to be the closest construct. Yes. I find great humor in this question. Item for retaliating, if it's still in here. What was it called in... in this one? Sonic Shields. We don't have the A for it, unfortunately. I do love Sonic Shields, and it still has the same name. Is there anything we want to grab? Wrathlinks. Random enemy in line of sight takes 9 damage. We are doing our lightning damage. Crystalline Dagger is not a bad one to grab, just for a little bit more damage. For our Magic Missile Disperse combo here. Does Rich Wizard resolve the skill? Tell me more. What skill we talking about? %33% more damage if we want to upgrade our Magic Missile a little bit. Oh crap, I didn't even think about that. Where's Mighty Odin's favorite skill? Is it still Chaos? Oh, Rainbow Blade. Rainbow Blade's fun. Bladebringer, Chaos Serpent Staff, Chaos Robes. Infinite Slaughter. There we go, it's Chaos Links. Chaos Links. Can't believe we don't have these yet. Is there a letter K on this floor? Oh, heck yeah! There's a letter K on this floor, baby!
Hey!
Oh, yeah. Chaos Links. We want those. Come on, brain. Find the word chaos. Alright, Chaos Links. Put those as my thingy. What can we afford? Probably not worth looking at until we're... We need K, F, L, T, and 2 more. Yeah, we'll just worry about that after the fact. It's still a dangerous place for us to go, but I'm doing it. We want to spawn here. This is on my team. If we spell Kong, we do in fact get an extra life, yes. I don't want to send my Necromancer away. Gotta be a little careful about that. Thank you for the shields. Let's invoke a little savagery. And I kind of want to try and grab that. Oh. Well, there it was. That's the scary part. We have spell slots. 5 points. Blinding light. Quick cast, 5 damage. And then darkness costs 3 as well. Shadow Hex on 2 enemies. He doesn't need line of sight to do his thing. Really? Each enemy in line of sight. Oh. Doesn't care if he's blind. Well, damn. Oh boy. This is fine. We could do this. I need a D. A B. I do not need the I. Who remembers where the rift was? We might need to get down here. I think that's where it was hanging out. How long before he does it again? Oh, there it is. Alright, I have my 1 shields. 3 more turns before he blasts everybody again. Two HP per turn for the remainder of the level. God damn it! I need that! Do, 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 do. Oh, come on, I need that! Ooh! Obliterated. So many shamblers! Where'd they come from? All the blood mages died that turn, too. Yeah, we should have known better. I was hoping the shields would carry us a little bit, but... You don't want to bring minions to that one. That's a lesson learned. That's a lesson learned. I didn't If it wasn't for you telling me, I would have tried to blind Ophan. I wonder if that's something that should be listed on his, like, ability there? Like, we'll do it to every ally in line of sight. But maybe, like, the little parentheses, blind won't stop it. Can't spell Ophon without OP. But still a good run. We made it to 20. Look at them all. So many shamblers got made. But I liked having that statue on our team. I'm curious if putting the bosses to sleep works. I would assume, right? Got 171 out of 400. Flesh Colossus. We've managed to kill a fair number so far. Mother Spiders, Chain Cyclops, Dawnheart, Gloomwing, Starclaw, Stormcrest, Chain Cyclops, Mother Spiders. Of course, Flesh Colossus. There are so many more bosses now. We got Fujin. I'm guessing one of these is Raijin.